Hey, what is up guys? Jack and Matt here with the Toastybros, and today we bring you a $450 gaming PC.
Let's get right into it, shall we?
As a creator, creating content is almost second nature. Once the idea hits my mind, I almost go into autopilot, doing scripting, recording, and editing until it's complete. However, getting it seen on the crowded space that is YouTube is a whole other challenge. With TubeBuddy though, you get access to a wide range of tools like tag optimizers and search ranking results to help you optimize your content to succeed on YouTube. Want to give it a shot? Click the link down below to learn more.
So of course, for the core component of this PC, we have the beloved Ryzen 2200G. This is a really good CPU, and of course, we're going to have a graphics card with this, so we're not really too worried about the integrated graphics, but you know, they're there if you want them. For the motherboard, we of course have the very respectable B350 from MSI. This is a really good, you could call it an entry-level board. What's really cool about this board is that a lot of them you're kind of going blind and you don't know if they support second gen. This one right here says supports 2000 series, so they've already updated the BIOS for you.
What nice guys over there at MSI.
People. And for the graphics card, can you guys guess what it is? It's an RX 580 from MSI. Yeah. And you know, we kind of oofed a little bit here. We actually have a red and blue and black kind of theme build going on here, but you know, hey, once it's turned over like this, you're not even gonna know that it's red, right? You know, no one will ever notice.
And as for RAM, we have this T-Force Delta RGB memory. It is 2400 megahertz, 2 4-gig sticks, but we can actually overclock this to about 3000 if we wanted to. This is actually really good memory. But the RGB implementation from Team Group is gonna be really nice inside this case, which we'll talk more about in just a minute. And as for storage, of course, we went with a 120 gigabyte Kingston SSD. You can always opt to add another hard drive in, which we'll probably do at the end of this video to get more mass storage, but 120 gigabytes is good enough to get you up and running and install a couple of games. Now to really deck out this case, we have a pack of RGB fans from Asiahorse. This is a, I believe, 6-pack of their RGB fans. They did send this over, so I give you a big thanks for doing that. And we really like their budget RGB fans. They are along the same lines as the Up Here fans that we use in a lot of videos, and they're around the same price range, comes with the remote and everything, but they were gonna look really good inside this build.
How do you know look good if we haven't put them in yet?
They're gonna look great. And as for the power supply, we actually have one that came from EVGA B stock. This is a 600 watt EVGA power supply. It's 80 plus white, just the basic 80 plus certification. 600 watts is more than enough for the system. Actually a little bit more than you might need. You could probably get away with even as low as 450, 500 watts if you wanted to. But we got a really good deal on this on B stock. As always, it's our go-to resource for really good deals on power supplies. Now, once again, we have a big plug from our friends over at NZXT. This is the H500, which we got with the blue accent, which yes, again, we kind of goofed here, but the H500 is a good mid-tower case and we're gonna be building inside of it. I've actually built in this before because it's the case I use for my personal PC, which if you haven't seen that video, hit the eye right there. But this case, for a price of about $70 is actually really respectable. You can get it a lot cheaper in some retailers for like 60, 65 on promo. But this is a really well put together case and we're gonna go ahead and build this really awesome budget $450 PC inside this very beautiful case. So let's get right into it. Yay! Alright guys, so the first game we're going to be testing is of course Apex Legends, and right now we're running at all high settings at 1080p, pretty much maxing this game out with the VRAM buffers down to 4 gigs of VRAM just to lower some of the settings there. But with everything maxed out, we are dropping in right now. We're looking at around 57-60 FPS. Again, it's Apex Legends. You can run this game at like medium-ish settings, drop some settings down. You don't really need 16x AA on this, and he just totally gave me the worst drop ever, so I'm just going to abandon my teammates real quick. But as you see, if you drop in, the frame rate is most likely going to rise up a lot. As you can tell, we're at over 80 FPS, and I got a gun. Can I get a kill? Oh, come here. Oh God, oh God. Ah! I got a whole team and I'm by myself, dude.
You're quite vocal. I'm gonna need you to calm down.
I was all by myself, dude, crawling around. But as you can tell, 80 plus FPS as I got killed by myself. More than playable, especially on high settings, especially if you're just on a 1080p 60 hertz monitor, you probably have no issues whatsoever. This is with VSync turned off, by the way, not locked in. And as I crawl around, you know, I'm getting a really, really respectable 70-ish FPS. Maybe my teammate will be nice enough to come res me, but probably not. Yep, here I get thirsted. And that is Apex Legends, ladies and gentlemen. Alright guys, so the next game we're going to be testing is PUBG, and right now running in full screen mode with high settings and an unlimited frame rate cap. We are getting around 100 FPS in the airplane, which we're going to drop and see how that changes as we actually drop in. We're looking at about 80, 90-ish FPS, and testing this Ryzen 3 with an RX 580. The biggest question would be potential bottlenecks, and right now I'm really not noticing any noticeable bottleneck with the RX 580, and we've been testing similar systems with the RX 580 for a while, and as I'm getting ready to come in really hot with this guy, it doesn't seem to bottleneck any worse than some of the other systems we've been testing, especially older i5s. It's honestly a lot better than that. So it's actually really cool to see what kind of performance we're gonna get. Let's see if I can kill this guy real quick. Okay, running down this mountain, I have no idea where this guy went. But as you can tell, we're not getting any sort of stutter with this game. It actually is running relatively smooth, well over 60 FPS high settings. And again, this can be adjusted if you're looking to target maybe that high refresh rate range, which I have no idea where those bullets are being coming from at me right now. Oh, I hear him now. Oh, and he killed me from around a tree. But hey, look at that. Well over 60 FPS. Worked out really well. Alright guys, the next game we're going to be testing is actually Far Cry 5 with their built-in benchmark utility running on the Ultra preset. As you can see, running throughout this benchmark, we are well over 60 FPS, actually right at 60. We went upwards of 70, but at 1080p Ultra settings, this game is a good way to see exactly what kind of performance you can get in some of the most popular AAA titles coming out right now. Yes, there is a newer Far Cry, but from most benchmarks, it's not as demanding. It's really on par with this Far Cry. So running through this benchmark, 60 FPS, perfect for a 1080p 60 hertz monitor, especially on ultra settings. We do dip below the 50 FPS-ish mark sometimes, but that shouldn't really affect performance all that much because the stuttering is not that noticeable.
I was trying to be quiet.
And for the final results, the minimum FPS was around 42, the average FPS was 63, and the maximum FPS was 75, which is more than playable, and it gets a thumbs up from me. Yay.
So just like with every RX 580 build, as always, we are thoroughly impressed with the bang for the buck on this PC, and also this NZXT case though.
Ooh, so nice.
Gotta thank them because this is beautiful, it really is.
I love the H500. It's the case that I use in my PC, and I mentioned it before the beginning of the video, but it's a really easy case to build in, a lot of room for cable management, and you can make it look really nice with some cheap RGB fans or some other RGB strips that you may want to add to the case. And speaking of, these RGB fans are actually really cool, I want to demo something real quick.
Yes, the sound test.
So you can actually use a sound test what button is it again?
Just any of the bottom ones.
Any of the bottom ones. So with this on, it will react to our voice.
Wow.
But yeah, as you can
there's
see,
like 4 different settings you can use. It's pretty crazy.
You can do something like this. Hello. But yeah, honestly, it's really cool. RGB on these fans, pretty nice. Asiahorse, good stuff. Overall, with the performance, as we mentioned, we're very happy with it. And if you are interested in building a system similar to this, please check the links in the description down below. There will be links to every single part that we use in this video, and we would love to know, what do you think of this PC? Also, comment that down below.
And also, if you guys want to go with like a mini ITX variant, the H200i, We just did a build of that recently. It's an Intel platform, so it's a little bit different, a little bit more pricey, but you know, it's mini ITX and was water cooled and looked really cool too.
So be sure to check that one out if you haven't seen that.
And so as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And hopefully we will see you all in the next one.
And we will see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, what he said. Bye, guys.
Zach, how was that, dude? Did that just flow or what?